Ladies, tackle this issue of objections. And this one is for everyone, whether you are a beginner or you're a pro in the industry. This session is best for everyone, because I know in this session we have people who have joined the business, and you might be facing some of the objections which are stated here. You might be facing some of the objections even as a new person. You might be getting probably you might be getting a hard time from your relatives and your loved ones. You might be going through some of the challenges which we are going to be discussing here. So I want you to have a clear idea of how to go about it, so that even as you're seated there with your friend, your relative, your loved one, or even a complete stranger, you are able to make them understand a thing or two concerning whatever they are, maybe it's an issue they are raising concerning it, concerning the business, concerning the industry. Now, generally, objections is usually encountered after. Generally, the objections we encounter them after the session has ended. And some of the objections, some of you guys probably you have raised some of these objections when you went through the presentation. You loved everything, but there was just one thing which was preventing you from joining the business. There was one question or one area maybe of the presentation which you don't understand, or your own personal fears, something which was holding you back, your own personal fears, maybe the fear of the unknown, all the way to the starting capital, or let's say to things about your belief or your time already. There was something which was preventing you from joining the business. And it was not until that issue was handled that you joined the business. The moment your issue ilikuwa sorted out, the moment it was just sorted out, you instantly were like, okay, then if that is the case, let me join the business. So we want to know how to handle such an issue the same way it was handled when you had the same issue, or how you can handle new issue. Probably you did not have that specific issue. All right, probably you did not have an issue. So I'm going to show you some of the issues that happen when you meet someone after a presentation. But the good news about this topic is it can easily be avoided, especially during a presentation. Some of the questions or some of the issues which we are going to talk about here, we have tailor-made the presentation so that you don't have to answer some of these questions. And maybe for some of you, the moment the presentation Elisha, you did not have any question whatsoever. You are just like, man, I don't have any question. I want to get started in this project. And even when I ask you, do you have a question? You're like, no, nimelewa kila kitu and I'm ready to get started. Probably that was the situation to some of you, which is good. That means your objections were handled during the presentation. So the moment the presentation Elisha, you did not have any question because they were answered. You did not have any objections because they were handled during the presentation. Now, the presentation which we have already created and which we actually handle with the team leaders and I believe with the entire organization, our presentations are usually tailor-made to handle all the objections, regardless of whether they are money or the time or the concern, or they're usually tailor-made to make sure that after the presentation, you don't have to struggle a little bit. If a presentation is not done so well, then some of these objections, they spill over to the closing part and to the follow-up part. And if you don't know how to follow up or you don't know how to close effectively, that is the reason why you might find that you're having so many guests. You're doing a lot of presentations, but none of these guys actually joining the business. So you need to ask yourself the question you need to ask yourself is, how can I make sure that in as much as I'm presenting to more people, I can also make sure that more people join the business. And this is the bridge. This is the bridge between you having a lot of signups in the team and you having a lot of people you're presenting to. The bridge, this is the in-between part. It is usually a mixture of closing, follow-up, and handling of objections. So handling of objections is not a skill in the industry. it is usually it is usually in between closing and follow-up. So it's just a little bit of closing and follow-up. So that's why down there you can see I'm saying a quick guide to answering questions during follow-up. But in real sense, a little bit of it in a closing, and when you're closing someone or when you're helping someone to understand more about the business, and a little bit about it when you're following up. So sometimes you might do a closing, a very good closing, but then after a few or so days or a few weeks, someone might still have another question or another objection. You need to know how to handle it. So it's a very crucial skill that usually separates some of the highest earners in the industry, because they understand that a presentation is not enough. A closing session is not enough. Following up is not enough. I need to make sure that this person is well and good. Now, let's dive right into it. I hope that introduction has given you a clear picture of what you're about to handle. Now, I want you to imagine that after this session, the session that we're having right now, I want you to imagine that after this session, I want you to imagine having to talk to less people while getting bigger results. You talk to 3 people, out of 3, 2 people join the business. Normally, if you don't know how to handle objections, you talk to 3 people, and sometimes none of them even listens to you. So we want to make sure that we all get bigger results. Number 2, I want you to imagine having people looking at you in a more professional way when you are presenting the opportunity. You know, when you handle objections, remember when I was telling you, majority of these objections, they can be handled during the presentation. Now I want you to imagine the moment you handle an objection, someone is seated there, maybe they're looking at you, they're wondering, how did you know I might have that challenge? They give you even more respect. They look at you like a professional. But if you don't know how to handle some of these objections during the presentation, sometimes the presentation might look like, it might look shabby. It might look like something you just put it together because you are out of time, for example, or you are not fully prepared. So if you handle the objections during the presentation, or when you're presenting the opportunity, maybe a one-on-one, maybe a seminar session, it gives you a little bit more credibility. It gives you that look of a professional. I want you to imagine having the confidence to show your opportunity to more people without worrying about the objections you might face, because you are fully prepared for it. And not just because you have crammed the way to handle it, but because you are ready to understand this person and provide to them solutions or provide to them answers which they are looking for. Whatever I'm going to teach you guys is not for you to cram. Whatever I'm going to share with you is not for you to have it at your fingertips. It's for you to have the idea, and then when you sit down with someone, you know how to handle the objection based on that person, not because of everyone, because people are different. Sometimes when you handle an objection with the same approach, sometimes you might find it does not give you results. It does not mean that that method does not work. It only means you have not handled it for that specific person. And let me make it clear, whatever I'm going to teach you works for a certain percentage of people, not 100% of people who you approach. Let me make it clear. So when you come and tell me, Upline, I've been doing this, it does not work, then that means you just need to understand the approach and then listen to this person and improve your approach. Next thing, I want you to imagine being absolutely fearless from now on forward. Be fearless, like the way one of our leaders says, be fearless. From here onwards, I want to have fearless people. When you sit with someone who's having a challenge, you are fearless because you know, I have no reason to worry about. I'm going to teach this person how this works. I'm going to help this person regardless, so that we don't have people telling each other, Upline, this person is a big CEO. We don't want to know if that person is a big CEO. I don't want to hear someone telling me, Upline, this person is a celebrity. We don't want to hear that kind of response. I want to have fearless leaders. I don't want to see people telling me, but Upline, this person is a doctor, is an engineer, is a nini, is a student. I don't want to hear those kind of responses. From today onwards, it's now being fearless. Go to the chat box, type for me fearless. Go to the chat box, type for me fearless, everyone. And then last thing, I want to imagine getting more yeses in your business starting today. So from today, I want to hear more yeses. Upline, this person said yes. Upline, this person is ready. Upline, I'm ready to do this. Upline, I'm getting more progress. That is what I want to hear from today onward. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are in a position to imagine all this and to imagine all this during the presentation bit, I believe you guys are going to have it very, very easy. And so allow me to proceed to the next slide. And here we want to know definitely what are these objections. And some of you might have an idea of what objections are, but let me just define it for you. Objections are basically unanswered questions. These are questions which they are having. A guest is having at the back of their head. They are wondering, if I start today, what will happen? If I don't start today, what am I going to miss out? If I do this, what are the benefits? What are the disadvantages? Those are unanswered questions which they have at the back of their head. Sometimes they can feel like a wall. Sometimes when you're talking to a guest and they have these objections, it might feel as if you're talking to a wall, something which is not moving. But objections, just like walls, they can be destroyed. They can be destroyed just like walls. You've seen walls being demolished. They go down very easily when you bring in a wrecking ball or a crane. They can easily be destroyed. Now, I want you to understand that when you get objections or weird questions, it's typically because your prospect is feeling as if they can't do what you're doing, or they are unsure if they'll have success. That is it. Sometimes it is typically because maybe your guest is looking at the entire project and they're like, man, I don't think I can do this because number one, maybe this challenge. Number two, maybe the system. Number three, I am far away. Number four, I have this challenge, and so on and so forth. They might feel that there is something which is stopping them from going for what you have offered them, and they feel like they can't be the success that you actually share on that screen. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it is your job to reassure them. It is your job to reassure them that they can do this. And on top of that, they can do this. And it is very important to make sure your exposure or presenting process is very duplicable. I don't know if at that time I was good in English, but I doubt duplicatable is a word. So I'm very much sure that's duplicable. Now, it is your job during the presentation part or during the exposure process that you are showing how easily it is for them to also do it. Are we together? Anytime that you are sitting down with someone, in as much as you explain the system in a very easy way, the question that they have at the back of their heads is, if I start today, can I also do it like this? So you need to explain it to them even before they start thinking about it. Even before they start thinking about it, you need to have handled it on that spot. When you're talking about the system, you know, the EdPlan 3.0 system with all the ways of earning, question is, how are you going to show your guests that they can do it? There are some things about the system that they are very easy to explain. Show your guests even before they start that they can also do it. Even before they start asking that question, make sure that in that exposure session, whether it's a one-on-one session, whether it's a seminar session, make sure that the presenting process is very easy. I hate people who overcomplicate an issue. I hate people who don't use the presentation to show others how easy and possible it is for them. You are wasting that person. You are making it hard for that person to love the industry. You are the difference between that person loving the industry and hating the industry. A person can walk out of that presentation and they'll be wondering, what kind of industry is this? And someone can walk out of this session saying, in as much as I don't understand a lot about this industry, this must be one of the best ways for me to be financially free in this economy. And it is usually your job to reassure them that they can do this. And it is very important to make sure that your exposure or presenting process is very duplicable. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can hammer the presentation and make it duplicable, you don't even have to worry about us answering their questions. They'll not have any objections whatsoever. Someone will just be like, I only have one question. How do I start this? What is the best way for me to start this? Which package would you advise me to start with? Some of the questions that you'll be getting, even you yourself will be very much proud of the presentation that you've done. Imagine finishing the presentation and you have handled all the objections. So by the time you're finishing the presentation, someone is just asking you, assuming I am to start with this package, how can I grow? Or someone is asking you, at the moment, I only have this amount of money. How can I plug into this system? Or I was deciding between those two options which you shared with me, and I cannot decide. Those are the questions you need to be getting. So you need to know how to handle these objections. Number one, how do you avoid these objections? There are 3 or 4 things which you need to understand before you start rushing into a presentation, before you start rushing into a closing. How do you avoid these objections? Number one, share your vision. Share your vision. Someone seated there is wondering, if I do this, how far can I go? How well can I grow? What are some of the benefits? Is this something long-term? Why do I need to be here? Those are the questions which you can answer by just, first of all, sharing your vision. Ladies and gentlemen, when you share your vision, there's another thing which I'm going to teach you a little bit in how to avoid them. But when you share your vision, someone who is of sound mind, someone who is open-minded, someone who is looking on the lookout for opportunities, you will not even need to say a lot of things. They'll just look at the vision and they'll say, if this is what the project can help me to accomplish, then I am in. Now, how can you share the vision? The first thing you can do about sharing the vision is you can share third-party tools. Like, for example, you can share with them the website where they can look at the vision of the organization. Number 2, you can share with them success stories. You can share with them success stories, things which can show them that other people were just like them. So in the near future, they can also be a success in the organization. That is how to share the vision. Number 3 thing that you can share you can share some of our events. Share with them how our events have been. Share with them people being recognized. When they see some of the events, when they see some of the awards, when they see some of the ranks and they see all these things, they can already picture themselves there. So you don't even need to share so much. The other thing that you can do when you want to share with them the vision is you can talk about some of the steps in the organization. You share with them, so this is where we are going to start from, and in a few years' time, this is where we are going to be. This is the steps that we are going to follow. Step 1, this. Step 2, this. Step 3, that. Step 4, there. Step 5, there. That is how to share with them the vision. The last thing about sharing the vision that you can do, you can share with them even your own personal vision. Sometimes when I was still new in the business, how did I used to share the vision? How did I share the vision with these guys and I did not have the success that I have today? What did I used to do? I just used to share with them the vision. And you guys could remember very clearly when I used to share with you my vision, what did I used to share? I used to share maybe the kind of house or the kind of income that I want to be making, or some of the places that I want to travel to. When someone looks at your vision, they can already trust you enough, because we love people with vision. When our president stands up and he says, in the next 5 years, we want to have the economy like this, we want to have this and this like that, we want to build more bridges, we want to build more roads, we want to build more, ports, we want to build farmers, we want to do that. You as a farmer, or you as a person, you are looking at Kenya in the next 5 years and you're wondering if this is where Kenya is going to be in the next 5 years as is promising. Then of course I'll have to vote this person in. So when you share the vision, it helps that person to picture your vision, your personal vision. If you don't have a vision, you cannot share the vision with anyone. Forget even about sharing the vision of the organization. I cannot come and tell you guys, hey guys, in the next 5 years, Bonan Vivon is going to get there, and I've not personally shared with you my vision. You guys will be wondering, okay, Bonan Vivon will be there, but what about you? Why are we here following you upline? Why are we here? Why are we learning these skills? It's because I share with you guys a vision, and I tell you guys, in the next 1 month, in the next 6 months, in the next 1 year, in the next 2 years, this is where we're going to be. I share with you the vision from my side, and I want you guys to be there. The least you could do is share the vision with your guest, with your follower, with your prospect. Share with them the vision. Share with them your vision. A while back, someone asked me, Sir Glenn, how can I do it like you? And I tell them, in fact, for me, I have just started. Don't look at the vehicle. Don't look at the income. Don't look at the team and think that I am there. In fact, for me, I want to be like person so and so. And they look at me and they wonder, how? How do you wish to be like person so and so? And you're already somewhere. And I have to remind them that this is not my vision. My vision is there, like person so and so. I want to be like person so and so. So when I share with them the vision, they even have more confidence that I am the right person to guide them, that I'm the right person to support them. In fact, for me, when I do closing, I don't even talk about a lot of things. I just tell them, this is where I started from, and this is where I am right now. And I hope in the next 2, 3, 4 years, this is where I will be. That is enough to help your guests to decide, because they want to work with you in that vision. They want to be with you. They want to see you winning so that they can also win. So that is it. When maybe, for example, people like Jeff Bezos, they were starting the companies. People like Bill Gates, they were starting their own companies from the ground up. They were getting, their friends, and they share with them the vision. They tell them, this is where I want Microsoft to be at. This is where I want Amazon to be at. This is where, for example, when even our own team, when it was starting, some of our top leaders, they just sat down, they said, this is where we want our team to be at. And right now we're enjoying the vision of what they said. So even you and that prospect, work on their vision. Ask them questions like, where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 3 years? I think I asked this gentleman, just completed his payment today. I asked him, where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 3 years? And he typed for me a very long paragraph. In fact, I did not even know, let me just be honest, I did not read that paragraph. But the mere question of where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 3 years in our organization, it opened up this gentleman to a lot of possibilities. And I just picked out the few details. I read the first line, hapo katikati, and then in the end, and just told him, wow, this is a great vision. If I help you to accomplish this vision, will you get started today? And he tells me, yeah, I'm very much ready. If you can help me to accomplish this. So sometimes after you share your vision, ask them, what is your vision? So that is how to avoid it. You can share all that, plus you can also share your vision. Ask them also, what is your vision? That is how to avoid some of these objections. Number 2, and the second item on this list is, can they feel your passion? And if you want to be a great leader in this industry, have passion. Let your guests, your prospect, your follow-ups, any person, your downlines, to feel your passion. They need to feel as if this person is crazy. Our leader is crazy. My inviter is very crazy. They are talking as if this is the only thing that I need to be doing in this earth. They need to be feeling your passion. Some of you, when you're closing your guest, you talk as if this is just another ordinary thing. My friend, this is the next best thing after the invention of the wheel. This is the biggest discovery since fire was discovered. Talk about it as if there is nothing else in this world that matters other than this project. Your passion alone is enough to attract your guests. They'll even forget about the objections which they have. Someone will be saying, oh, I did not have the money, but if this gentleman is this passionate about this business, then I can do it. Sometimes I have people reaching out to me even after the presentation, or even after 2 days, or even after 1 month, and they tell me, Sir Glenn, I never had the money. But from whatever you shared in that presentation, or from how you ended the session, I just had to do it. I don't know how I've done it, but at the moment, I have the capital ready and I want to do it. Even one of you was asking me today, upline, how did that gentleman get started and he did not have the money? There's nothing else. In fact, for that presentation which I did, it was just any other ordinary presentation. I handled the objections before. I shared my vision and I shared my story. By the end of it all, this gentleman who is actually a poultry farmer, I came to discover today, he got the full starting capital. And right now, as we speak, he's in my inbox regularly. Yeah, hi, Sir Glenn. I was wondering, can you start sending me these books? Can you start sharing with me the knowledge because of the passion which you share? I don't want to see you guys, even for your friends, they're afraid to join you because they they are looking at you and they are not even sure if you're serious about this. Because some of you have friends who have been wanting to join the business, but because they cannot feel your passion, they're even scared. Hey, it looks like Nani is just trying. Okay, let's give him some time. Let's give Nani some time. Let's see if they are serious about this. Give them passion. Show them how passionate you are. How can you do this? Now I'll be giving you all this. I shared with you how to share the vision. Now let me share with you how to share your passion about the project. Number one, any chance you're getting in this business is a chance for you to share with the world what this is all about. How can you do that? We have social media. We have social media. Share it on your social media platforms, on your WhatsApp status. What do you share on your WhatsApp status? Some of you are even confusing your friends. They are from a very excited session on how to become financially free. Then the moment they leave the session, they're expecting to get more information concerning the business. And because they cannot get it from me because I'm not their friend, they start checking up on your WhatsApp status. Then what do they find? They find memes. They find you drinking alcohol. They find you doing a lot of youthful shenanigans. They find you doing the weirdest of things. So even them, they are wondering, is Nani serious about this business? Because it looks like they're living a totally different life. If you want to share the passion with your guest, with your prospect, with your followers, with your friends, and any person you want them to join the business, if you want to do that, then what do? Let them see it from the way you talk, from the way you walk, from the way you dress, from the way you handle everything. I had to cut off my friends when I joined the business because I was extremely more passionate that they could not handle me. Let it be like that. I had a few group of friends and I had to cut them off because I was so much passionate about the business. I was posting it on my WhatsApp status. In fact, when you post it on your WhatsApp status until it looks like these few dots here, as you can see, you post too many WhatsApp status until it looks like these dots that you're seeing here. There are too many that even my friends, they were tired of viewing my status. So some of them started blocking me. I don't care. Where are they now? Some of them started replying, "Oh, you are posting too much. One of them even told me, stop posting for us earnings. No, go and enjoy them alone silently. And I was wondering, are you bothered about my earnings? That is your problem. Your guest needs to see your passion. And always remember, you're not doing this business for your relatives, for your friends, for your loved ones. They'll enjoy the benefits, but you're not doing it for them. You are doing it for yourself. The moment you start growing, the moment you start enjoying, everything else will fall into place. If you're fond of doing this, after you leave this OPP, or after you leave the closing, or after you do anything, you go and post for us a lot of nonsense, a lot of youthful shenanigans. You are the reason why you are not growing. Your friends cannot feel your passion. Your guests and your follow-ups cannot feel your passion. Are we together? Number 2, events. Events are a chance for you to share your passion. When they see you in events, they look at you in an audience, with an audience of over 5,000 individuals. Your friend who told you, I'll not join your business because, oh, it's a scam, it's a that, it's a this, it's a that. When they see you with an attendee event of over 5,000 people, what do you think that will do to them? And you're so much passionate. You're celebrating success. You're celebrating people getting their ranks. You're celebrating all these crazy things. What do you think will happen? They look at this and they'll say, it looks like person so-and-so. It looks like my friend Brian. It looks like my friend Anne or Mercy or Irene is so much passionate about Edplan 3.0. Maybe this thing is serious after all, because they can sense your passion. If I look at your WhatsApp status updates right now, some of you make me cry. Some of you make me feel so much sad. Some of you make me feel as if maybe you are in the wrong industry, because you're not selling the passion of the business. Because you yourself, you're not passionate about the business. You cannot sell passion if you yourself, you're not passionate. I love one of you leaders, I'll not mention the name. I love one of you leaders. Any chance this leader gets, oh my God, even you as an upline, you feel like, oh, hey, even me, I was never this passionate. This person must be very passionate. WhatsApp status, profile photo, small videos here and there, income earnings, DTC what and what. OPP is there. This leader is always excited. That leader is very much passionate. And even when I talk to their prospect, when I talk to their guests, they always give me a very easy time. They're like, man, Alan is a very good friend of mine. Eric is a very good friend of mine. Lino is a very good friend of mine. And all this, and they make me, I see how they are doing it. And I see how they are passionate about it. And I don't know so much about this industry, but trust you me, I must join. Because they are looking at you as a person. You might share the vision. You might do a very good presentation. You might do a very wonderful closing, but passion is everything. That's why when someone joins the business, they don't join you. When someone is joining the business, they are not joining you. When someone is joining this business, they are not joining the business. This person is joining you. They are looking at you. They are looking at the amount of confidence you have in the project. They are looking at the amount of passion you have in the project. And guess what? They'll not have any objections. This person is joining the business because of you. They are joining you. So don't expect the moment someone joins the business that they are going to do a lot. No, they're not going to do a lot. They are following your footsteps. So the easiest way for you to grow is do what? Be passionate. Be passionate. Watch these videos. Go on YouTube. Look at success stories of the company, of the organization. Look at all these things that the business has helped people to accomplish. Maybe just maybe, it will help you to see the vision of the organization, and it will also help you to talk about the passion, to expose your passion about the business. So what are the two things you can do to share your passion? Number one, your social media. After the presentation, your guest leaves the office, your guest leaves you, your guest leaves the meeting, and what do? They start following up on you. You post one stupid thing, you've already lost them. You don't post anything, guess what? You've already lost them. Guess what? You don't show your passion, you've already lost them. Number two, I've told you about events. Events will help you where a lot of explanation is needed. Someone will ask you, how legitimate is this company? In as much as you produce legitimate documents, in as much as you share with them the registration documents and KRA, you know, the easiest question, the easiest answer to that question, bring them to an event or organize an event or show them an event that is happening. Someone might be outside the country. They might not be in a position to come for an event. So do what? Take a video, take photos, take a lot of selfies. Do what? Start uploading them on your profiles, on your social media platforms. And guess what? You'll find people telling you, I never believed about the legitimacy of this project. But as I look at you guys and you are so many, anyway, right now, I now understand. Someone will tell you out of nowhere. You might, in fact, the passion of the project is enough to help you drag someone from another team or from another, let's say, they were presented with the opportunity several months ago or several years ago. They are just scrolling through social media randomly and they see you excited about an event. Guess what? They'll ask you, is this the same thing which I saw a few months ago? Is this Eggplant 3.0? You tell them, yes, it is. Have you been taken through this? Yes, but I never thought this was it. You guys are so many. You guys are so much excited. Maybe I never understood something. Can you share with me again? That is a chance for you to share the passion of the project. I'm so much passionate about this project and so much passionate about Eggplant 3.0 that if someone tries to tell me nonsense about the project, sometimes I might even slap them. When some of you are told, oh, that thing does not work or that thing is a scam. For example, you just wake up Ian Marsh at 3 a.m. and you tell them that thing is a scam. Ian Marsh might start crying. When you ask Betty, can you tell us about that organization? Some of you might start mumbling. But what can help you? Your passion. Someone might not understand how it works, but their passion is enough. The next thing that you can do, or the next thing that you need to understand on how to avoid them, your guest is wondering, are they convinced that you are about to do something big? Are they convinced? Your prospect is wondering, are you about to do something big? What is this all about? So never end an exposition without sharing what you're about to unleash, what you're about to launch. I believe all of our presentations, we always end by sharing what we're about to do. We're about to do something big. We're about to create the next generation of multimillionaires. We're about to create the next batch of young, successful entrepreneurs. We're about to produce the next batch of six-figure income earners in this economy. How dare you miss that? How dare you not be part of us? You are risking. You are risking being broke in this economy. They need to see you are about to do something big. I cannot end that session without sharing with them the videos. You know, our CEO saying in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, we're about to do something big. Just trust the vision. They need to see that even the country Kenya is not ready for what we are about to unleash. So your guest needs to understand, are you about to do something big? We have our events. They need to see we're about to do something big. That is, we're about to launch our second PGI car. You know, they need to see we are celebrating 7 years in the country. And these are the our Ds. That is something big. One of your follow-ups has really been disturbing me. Hey, sir, I've been looking at this event and I don't want to miss it. How can I come? I'm not yet part of this, but can I come for this event? I really just want to be there. I don't want to miss this event. Are we together? I hope you're following. I hope you're learning something. Now, there are 3 types of objections in the industry. And these objections, they are mainly, there are 3 types, and they are mainly in terms of money, on the industry, or concerning their personal issues or their personal matters. Now, these are the 3 types of objections. They might be money related, on the whole industry in general. Maybe they're not confident in the entire industry, or on the company itself. They're like, I've heard of this company, I've been hearing of this and this and that. Or it is in network marketing. No. I don't want anything to do about MLM. And then lastly, we have personal matters. Now, the first issue is on money matters. Someone might tell you, hey, I've loved this business, but the starting capital is a lot of money. I don't think I can do it because of that reason. Now, I'm only going to give you an idea of how to go through it. It's now you to either combine them, or you can handle it for one specific person or expand it in a different way. So someone might tell you, the starting capital is a lot for me and I don't think I can do it. Now, these are some of the responses. If your problem today is lack of money, John, let's be honest. If your problem today is lack of money, then most likely 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, most likely 1 year ago, you had the same problem too. True or false? John, is it true or false? If you still find it hard to invest this kind of money this time, surely that means that you will encounter the same problem 5 years from now, or even next year time like this. You always hear me, I usually handle this during the presentation. If the starting capital is a problem, then that means you have been having money problems for as long as you can remember. And if that is the case, or even if that is not the case, you have to do something about it today, so that next year, January, next year, a time like this, 2 years from now, I don't meet you and you tell me I never got started in that business because I didn't have the money. So that you don't tell me that kind of reason 2 years from now, 10 years from now. When the money is the starting issue, the only reason why you need to be part of this organization or this project is so that next year, or is so that next month, in the month of December, you don't face the same problem that you're facing right now. That's the only reason why you need to do this. That's why you need to declare financial emergency, so that you don't keep on going through the same problem. Number 2, the second reason, or the second answer, if you look at it as a capital for a business, if you look at the returns that this business can give you, just be honest with them. John, I shared with you my story, or you've seen the income potential of the business. If you start with a Neoverse package, for example, within the first 1 month, the goal is to help you to generate this kind of income, or even in the long term, this system can help you to be making about 100,000 or 200,000 or even 2 million in a year. If you look at this starting capital, if you look at this amount of money as a capital for a business compared to the returns, then John, let's agree that even you're getting a discount for all the success that you can get. Imagine the starting capital alone can help you to buy a car. Imagine this starting capital can help you to travel. Imagine this starting capital of 39,000 or 115 or 236 or 469 can help you to build a house, can help you to buy a piece of land, can help you to travel with your loved ones, take care of your family. I think, John, we can all agree that you're getting a discount. After all, this is a one-time, lifetime, international investment. That means you're only purchasing it once. You're only buying this account once, and it is a lifetime investment, meaning you don't have to keep on renewing it. The moment you purchase it, it is once, and it is an international investment, meaning you can get to do this in any country all over the world. So once you invest, you won't be required to invest any more money unless you want to add more accounts in the near future. So you will just be adding another Neoverse at 39 or another Technoverse at 115. So it is a one-time investment. Number 3, John, I want us to imagine this. If a loved one is rushed to the hospital, most likely you will do everything to produce the required amount because life is at stake. Let's be honest, John. If maybe, for example, who do you love the most at home? Let's say your dad or your mom or your cousin or your sister. You are called today that they are rushed to the hospital. They need to be operated on a surgery, and you don't have the starting capital. Let's say you don't have, let's say, 50,000 Kenyan shillings for them to undergo the surgery. Would you allow them to die? Will you allow them to suffer in any case? And I believe, John, we can both agree that we cannot allow them to suffer. You must go out of your way to come up with the 50,000 because of the life of your loved one is at stake. This business can make the difference in the lives of the people you love as well. So you are in the same position. The only thing is that you are treating that scenario of a loved one being in the hospital as an emergency, and that's why you're doing whatever it takes. But this business is an emergency as well because the life of your loved ones is also at stake. Look at your family, look at your parents, your siblings, maybe even your own goals. Are you happy with where you are right now? If the answer is no, then that means, John, it is an emergency. It is an emergency the same way you will raise 50,000 to take care of your loved one. That is the same situation. Last thing, do you think that if you continue doing whatever you are currently doing, that you will achieve your financial freedom? That is a question which you just ask them straight on. John, let's be honest. Right now, you told me you're doing this and this. If you continue with the same career path, or if you continue with the area of expertise that you are in, or if you continue the job that you are doing right now, do you think you will achieve your financial freedom? Are you together? Maybe, John, you're just comfortable with the money you're making right now. What if today something happens to that job and you're forced to start from scratch? What if? Reason out with them. What if, John, today you are told this and this has happened? That means you will start from scratch. That means you will have nowhere to grow from. John, I'm offering you a lifetime opportunity to grow financially. You cannot tell me unless you are satisfied with where you are right now, unless you're satisfied with the money that you're making right now. John, you cannot tell me that your financial status is okay. Let's be honest. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, with those 3 or 4, you might be able to answer someone telling you maybe the starting capital is a lot. Okay, so just a moment. Okay, just a moment. It's telling me there's something wrong with my speaker, so let me just test it for a moment to see if it's okay. Okay, I think everything is okay. Now let's continue. Now, someone might tell you, I don't have much money, you know, and some of them, they might be genuine. They are they are not in a position to access the full amount of money. Now, if a person really wants something, John, let's be honest, they'll they'll do everything, whatever it takes. But if they are not interested, they will make a lot of excuses. Now, let's be honest, John, which of those is true? Are you interested in this, or are you just making excuses? Be honest with me. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. So you just ask them straight on. They'll make excuses if they're not interested. So if someone is interested, John, you're telling me right now you don't have much money. That's okay. We all are in a position to do it. But if you're telling me you can't be part of us because you don't have much money, then to me, you're just giving an excuse, maybe because you're not interested in this. But if you're interested in this, John, I believe we can do it together. We can do whatever it takes and help you to get started. You can also relate with them straight on. Just tell them, I also never had the money to invest in the business until I realized that my reasons for not joining were preventing me from achieving one or two dreams that I had set back then. Maybe someone will tell you, I can't do this because I don't have a job right now, or I don't have a way of raising the money. Be straight ahead with them. Just go straight ahead and confirm with them that you are also in a position similar to where they are. But your goals, the things which you had hoped to accomplish in life, they were actually pushing you more and more for you to get started. Are you together? Share with them your dreams. Share with them your vision. I wanted to be where I am right now. I wanted to buy this. I wanted to travel. I wanted to help out my family at home. And let's be honest, John. If I didn't achieve, or if I didn't get to be part of this, I wouldn't have achieved the whatever I've achieved right now, or I wouldn't be part of us, or I wanted to help out my family at home. And so that is what made me get started. And I did whatever it takes to get the money. Maybe you have not achieved anything. Maybe you're just new in the business. This is a chance to share with them why you also did it. John, I wanted to buy a car like these guys. So I could not afford not to get started. John, I wanted to become a six-figure income earner, just like the way they shared with me. And in as much as I started, the reason why I wanted to do this is because I did not want to be left out. The other thing you can tell them, I feel you. I was in the same position 7 months ago. I think I was 7 months in the business when I was creating this. That's why it is written 7 months ago. I feel you. I was in the same position, or I was in the same situation 7 months ago. I was very much broke, but I was so determined to invest in the business. I did one or two, the 1, 2, 3 things, and I got started and I raised the money. Share with them how they can raise the money. Genuinely, sometimes they might not be having the money. Share with them how to raise the money. Share with them, I did not have the money, but I was so determined to invest in the business that I did number one, this and this. Number two, I did that. Number three, I also did that. Number four, this and this. And then I got to this point and I got started. You can also confirm to them that lacking money is not a problem. In fact, we all were in such a spot. However, lacking ideas on how to raise the money is the problem. Personally, this is what I did. Share with them. That's how to handle the objection. Someone will sit back and ask themselves, and sometimes they usually ask you, okay, I would like to get started, but I don't know how to raise the money. Where did you get the money? They'll ask you, your guest will ask you, I would wish to become part of this, but I don't know. You told me you are a student when you started. Yes. And you are a student. How did you do it? Oh, you are employed. And with the way the taxes are, how did you do it? Oh, you're a business person. How did you do it? Share with me so that I can also do it. Ladies and gentlemen, That's how to handle that objection. And someone might tell you, I don't want to get rich. Someone might just tell you, I'm okay with what I have right now. You share with them how to become successful. They tell you, no, 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 no. I'm okay. I'm okay. I don't want to be rich. I don't want to be successful. Okay. I'm already contented with my life. How do you go about this? You ask them because they are contented. Now attack the people around them. Not attack per se, but just ask them a very honest question. Have you asked your loved ones if they are contented with the kind of life you're giving them? John, you're telling me you're telling me you're okay with the job that you are doing right now. Are you happy with the life you're giving your siblings, your family, your husband, your wife, your brother, your sister, your cousin? You know, are you happy with the kind of life you're giving them? Are they happy even? You know, and sometimes I usually ask this during the session. The reason why you need to be part of organization is so that your family should stop struggling. Your relatives, your loved ones, your friends, and even you yourself, your vision, you don't have to keep on struggling. Let this be the instrument towards the fulfillment of your dreams and that of your loved ones. John, I know you might not be contented. You might be contented with the life you're living, but to be honest, who do you care about the most at home? My dad. Okay, John, is your dad happy with the kind of life he's living? Okay, forget about your dad. You have children, John? All right. Are they happy with the life they're living right now? Then let this be the tool. Let this project help you to fulfill their dreams and also your dreams as well. Another thing you can ask them straight on, if you won millions through lottery, let's say you won a jackpot today, you're telling me you're happy with the life you're living right now. If I give you 1 million Kenyan shillings right now, will you take it or leave it, John? Or if you won a jackpot, 200 million Kenyan shillings, would you claim your prize? And I believe, John, or give them a chance to answer this question. Yes, of course. That's the point. That's the point, John. You said you will claim 200 million jackpot. That is the point. Why? And you're telling me you're happy. It is because you want to be rich. You're not greedy or anything like that. You just want to be wealthy. You just want to be rich. And the reality is that everyone wants to get rich. So don't tell me you don't want to get rich. Don't tell me you're happy with the life you're living right now. And if I give you 10 million right now, you will even forget your name. Someone might also tell you, I'd rather be employed in order to have a stable monthly income. Someone might give you that kind of answer. Then you just go ahead and ask them, do you think, John, with the current state of economy in the country and the whole world, that employment will be permanent? You know, people might think, oh, I don't need that. You know, I'm employed right now. Ask them, how long do you think you're going to stay employed in that job? Even if you're going to be employed there permanently, do you think it will be enough for you to sustain yourself and your goals and your loved ones and all the responsibilities that you're going to get? Do you think it's going to be enough? Okay, even if it's going to be enough, what, even if that job is permanent, what if the company that you're working in, they collapse because of the economy? What if your boss comes and tells you that this business or this job can no longer afford to pay you a salary? What will you do? Another thing you can ask them, will you be able to achieve your dreams with just that job alone? I think I already shared with you that, and reason out with them. It is not an attack. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever I'm teaching you guys here is not it's not a way for you to attack someone. When you attack people, they feel insecure. I told you this is a way to reason out with them. John, let's be honest, we all adults here, we all know how the economy is going. Do you think that with the current state of the economy, with the way the inflation is going, do you think that jobs will be permanent? Do you even if today your boss comes and tells you that the company is closing and they have employed you there, do you think you'll be safe, John? It's a way to, you see the tone that I'm using? You are reasoning out with them. Don't command them. Hey, John, you're telling me you're employed. Do you think the economy do you think it will be permanent? No, 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 no. You're reasoning out with them. John, I want us to be honest. Do you think in future, with the way things are, do you think you can achieve that goal? You can just go ahead and straight and ask them, what do you hope to achieve in the next 2 to 3 years? Where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 3 years? They'll tell you, I see myself financially. John, let's be honest. You want to be financially stable. Do you think with that job alone, you can become financially stable? Even the tone that you're using, they'll look at you and they'll think, okay, we are reasoning out. So that is it. Let's go to the second thing, then the last thing, and I think we'll be done. Someone might be saying, maybe in the company or maybe in the industry, oh, I see it's networking business. It's a scam or it's a pyramid scheme. All right. Now, John, let's be honest. You're saying it's a scam or it's a pyramid scheme. Let me tell you, it only becomes a form of fraud if you don't get anything in return after investing a certain amount, or if the value of the products and services you received is not equal to the money you invested out. And some of them don't let me be honest, some people don't understand the difference between a networking business and a scam or a pyramid scheme. And allow me to take the next 2 or 3 minutes to explain to you. And allow me to draw here. I hope this can allow me to draw. Okay. I don't think it will allow me to draw, and I don't know why, but I wanted to maybe draw something to help you to to help you to understand a little bit about this and how to explain it to someone. Now, in any case, it doesn't, there's still no problem. Maybe I'll share a whiteboard in the next few minutes after we end this to explain more about this. But there's a very huge difference between network marketing business and pyramid schemes or Ponzi schemes or all those other things. So which I'll explain in a few minutes so that everyone can at least have a clear picture. Now, someone might also, you can also go ahead and tell them, I have heard of that before. John, you're the first one to tell me that. Do you think you're the first one to tell me that? No. You can just confirm to them, John, it looks like you're also not aware because I've also heard of that before. Mostly it's because people are ignorant. They don't know. They don't know the difference between whatever they're talking about. And you can just go ahead and ask them, John, now that you're telling me it's a pyramid scheme or it's a scam, can you explain to me how it works? Or, John, what do you mean when you're telling me, or what do you mean when you say pyramid scheme? Can you describe for me what you mean by a pyramid scheme? Maybe I also don't understand what I'm involved in. Maybe you can just confirm for me. Then they'll give you the explanation, you'll hear them tell you, see, it is that thing whereby, or they'll tell you, oh, I think it is, which means they don't understand. A lot of people don't understand between network marketing and pyramid schemes and all those other funny things which they do. So they think that this industry or the Eggplant 3.0 is just like those funny links which they have been clicking. Or click the link to join 300 shillings, or sijui invest 20,000, after 2 days it will become 40,000. They think it's like that. This is a network marketing business, and even you as a leader, even you as a member of the business, you need to understand the difference between this. Now, because some of you, might also be having relatives and loved ones who might be judging you because you joined the business. They'll tell you, so you are in that thing. They even refer to it as a thing. And when you ask them, how does it work? You're saying it's a thing. Can you explain to me? They don't know. John, if I had listened to what people say, I wouldn't have been where I am today. Or if I had listened to what people say, I wouldn't be part of this project. Luckily for me, I did my own research on the internet. You can go ahead and explain to them the difference between whatever they are talking about and network marketing. They'll tell you, this is one of those pyramid schemes. Sit down, explain to them the difference between network marketing and a pyramid scheme. Oh, this is one of those Ponzi schemes. Sit down, explain to them the difference between that. And you even give them more links or more platforms where they can go do their own research. So you can give them links here to go and read it. Now, someone might tell you, this industry is not for me, or it's a pyramid scheme. So this is it. Now, there's a difference between network marketing. Hope you guys can see my screen. There's a difference between network marketing. And then we also have pyramid schemes. We have pyramid schemes. We also have Ponzi schemes. We have Ponzi schemes. And then that is Ponzi schemes. Okay, so let me use that. We have Ponzi schemes. So we have there's a difference between all these kinds of activities. That is Ponzi schemes, pyramid schemes, and network marketing. Then we also have online marketing. That is online marketing. Then someone might also confuse it with, for example, apart from online marketing, someone might confuse it with, let's say, scams. So someone might tell you that, Sir Glenn, I've loved this, but is this one of those things? Now, scams are things which do not exist. You know, like you've had maybe a fundraiser happening, and then people contribute money and it disappears. Those are scams. Or these things which come up every now and again, they don't have any legal documentation. They just get your money, and then they disappear. Those are scams. Now, online marketing sometimes is usually confused with network marketing, which I'll explain in a few. But let's talk about Ponzi schemes. Now, Ponzi schemes are those kinds of businesses or or platforms whereby we have, we have like a pipe there. That is our pipe. And they tell you, John, don't worry. We have a system here. You just put in, maybe let's say 5,000. Just put in 5,000. And then what happens is, after a few months or a few weeks, next week, or let's say next month, come and collect 50,000 Kenyan shillings. Do you guys understand whatever I'm saying? And they don't tell you what is happening in between here. They don't tell you what is happening. So do you know what is happening in the middle? Now, it is not just you alone. We have about 10 or so other people who are coming in. Each one of them is putting in 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. So what is happening? They are getting small monies from these other people, and that's why they are giving you 50,000. So what does that mean? The earlier you put in your 5,000, the more profit you are guaranteed, or you're going to be one of the earliest beneficiaries. So basically, money is being taken from these new investors. You see these new investors who are putting in their 5,000. Money is being taken from them. And because you are one of the earliest investors, they are giving you like 5% out of all of them. So that's why you find yourself with 50,000 Kenyan shillings. And systems like this, they usually collapse because they don't have sustainability. They don't have ways of generating profit. So let's say if 10 people, they all come in, the first person might get 50,000. The second person, because they also promised that person 50,000, this person maybe, because they've already paid out 50,000 to the first person, this system must find another way of it to generate profits so that it can pay the earliest investors. That's why these systems, they collapse. Such systems, they collapse because they don't have a way of making profit or making an income. It's basically just money from the new investor being given to the old investor. And so it makes it seem like a profitable business, but in reality, it's not. And we've seen things coming up like this. Earlier on I think last year, there was something, football, something, I can't remember the name. Last year as well, there was this funny thing called, I don't know what, Amazon, and people were putting in their monies. So the moment you put in 2,000 Kenyan shillings, and then after 2 days, you remove or you withdraw, let's say you put in 2,000, next week you withdraw, let's say 4,000, 5,000. At the back of your mind, you're thinking, wow, this is a good business. Let me go bigger. So you put in 5,000. The next week you withdraw like 10,000 or 11,000. And so you make some profit. So you decide, you know what? Let me go bigger. You go and take 100,000 Kenyan shillings. You can put it in the system so that you can make 300. And then that is when the system now collapses. Boop! And your money goes with it. And most of these Ponzi schemes, actually not most, Ponzi schemes, they don't have an office, they don't have physical products, they don't have anything. So when they collapse with your money. So people are worried, where am I going to get my money? The system cannot allow me to withdraw my money. Now, where do I go to complain? Ponzi schemes, they don't have offices. They are illegal and they are banned. If you're found involved in a Ponzi scheme, you can be jailed up to 25 years in some countries. So be very careful with Ponzi schemes. So someone might ask you, what if I invest my money and it collapses? Tell them, don't worry. We have a physical head office. You can come and check out. You can come and complain. If you have any question, you can be assisted by the country manager. And on top of that, we have a system. So you're getting everything. We have products you're getting. So you're getting a system which is fully operational. And it has been there for the last 17 years. They might ask you, what if I invest today, like this other platform which I invested in, and the company collapses? Show them the track record of the company. 17 years of solid growth, 7 years of solid growth here in the country. So that is for Ponzi schemes. Now let's go to pyramid schemes. No, before we go to pyramid schemes, let me handle online marketing. Now with online marketing, this is businesses which are done using online platforms. For example, Jumia, they are an online business. They don't have physical goods which they sell. They just market their products. They just use the platform. They help sellers to market their products. And then what? Buyers buy the product and Jumia makes a commission out of it. Are we together? So that is what we call online businesses or online marketing. You are doing, or in short, digital marketing. You are helping companies, or you are doing business with online platforms. And today you see people advertising on YouTube. You find today you don't even have to go to town to order food. You can just order food. then it can be delivered to you. That is online business. That is online marketing or digital marketing. And with the way technology is moving, a lot of physical businesses are actually moving to online or digital platforms. Are we together? So the reason why people confuse online marketing and network marketing is because of that. Because network marketing is evolving. When we get to network marketing, we are evolving into digital platforms. And the person who is going to benefit in this economy is one who knows how to use digital platforms to their advantage. That's why network marketing is using digital platforms. And people might say, this is one of those online things. Now we are done with that. Let's go to pyramid schemes. Now, with pyramid schemes, I want you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that with pyramid schemes, you have to be very careful. Pyramid schemes does not necessarily mean the thing which you think. What does the word scheme in itself mean? The word scheme in itself means a plan or a structure. Like we can say an irrigation scheme. This is a plan for irrigation. They had a scheme of helping maybe the less fortunate in that region. We have a scheme, a marking scheme. That does not mean it's a bad thing. The word scheme does not mean it's a bad thing. So some of you might be thinking the word pyramid scheme has a bad, it has a bad connotation. It has a bad connotation. It feels like it's something bad. But the word pyramid scheme in itself, if you look at it closely, does not mean what you guys are thinking. Now, with that being said, there's a difference between a pyramid. There's a difference between a pyramid scheme. There's a difference between a pyramid scheme and a pyramid scam. A pyramid scheme is this kind of structure or organization where we have someone at the top. And then we have people at the bottom. We have people at the top and we have people at the bottom. That is what a pyramid is all about. Now, what is a pyramid scheme? A scheme whereby there is someone at the top and there's always someone at the bottom is what we define as a pyramid scheme. And this one can be anything from big corporate companies. From big corporate companies, look at big companies. When you look at these companies, we have the CEOs, we have the next, that is, let's say, after the CEO, we have, let's say, the different departments. And then after different departments, we have the different, let's say, other sub-departments. And then we go all the way to a common worker, let's say, that watchman or that cleaner. This is a corporate pyramid for a typical company or an industry. Also, we have the social pyramid. We have the social pyramid whereby, we have, let's say, that is maybe, let's say, if we are talking about an organization, we have the person that is the chairman, or let's say if we are talking about the country, we talk about we call it what? Something of a republic, let's say a republic pyramid, or let's say every organization has, even in our schools, we had this kind of organization whereby we have the principal and then the two deputies, one for academics, one for what we call boarding or something, and then down there we had the different departments for that, department for games, department for music, department for that. And then we had this different teachers for those different subjects. And then after the teachers, now we can, let's say, go to, let's say, the non-teaching staff, and then all the way to the students. And every organization in this world has this kind of, it is what makes the world run. There always has to be someone on top. There always has to be someone leading that organization. I'm teaching you this for your own knowledge. You will find a way to explain it to maybe your guest or maybe someone who might be having a question. This is a pyramid scheme or a pyramid structure. Let's call it a structure so that we can differentiate it. This is a pyramid structure. So it does not necessarily mean a bad thing. But what they are referring to, what your guest is actually referring to, is this kind of structure whereby we have people at the top who are always making all the money. These are, let's say, the earliest investors. We have the earliest investors. These are the people who invested, the earliest out of them all. And then we had people who joined the business or that kind of structure. And this kind of people, they really struggle. They really struggle to go to the top. Mainly because the moment they get started, all the income or all the starting capital, it flows all the way to the top. It goes all the way to the top. So what happens? These people at the top, they're the ones who make all the money. And these people at the bottom, they don't make anything at all, literally. Or even if they're making very little. Now, to make it worse, with pyramid schemes, in that sense, or pyramid scams, they don't have products. They don't have physical products. They don't have products which are physical. So meaning there is no other way for this organization to make profit. So this whole organization cannot make any profit if no one else joins the business. So if people stop joining the business, let's say people stop joining this business, people don't join this business, this entire structure, because it is based on people joining, it collapses. So since there is no profit at all. Number two, because there is no physical product, that means even if people are joining the business, let's say we have people who are here in the system. We have people in the system. These people, they cannot earn in any other way apart from recruiting people to join the business. So if they don't recruit people, they don't earn. Are you guys seeing whatever I'm saying? So the only way is through recruiting. That is the only way for you to make money. Meaning, these guys, they have a compensation plan, but this compensation plan is only based on recruiting alone. So this is now what we define as a pyramid scheme. And it is also illegal, and there are so many of them. Sometimes you cannot tell the difference. So you might end up investing in a pyramid scheme if you don't understand. Are you together? Now, finally, let's clear it up with network marketing. Now, what is network marketing? Network marketing is a performance-based business. Are you together? It is a performance. Let me write it down. It is a performance-based business whereby you are getting compensated. You're getting compensated, which means there is a compensation plan. It is a performance-based where you're getting compensated, you're getting paid. Now, this compensation plan, you're getting paid on commission. Have you ever guys wondered why when you log into your DTC in a semi-total commission? It is because you're getting paid on commission for the goods you sell on behalf of the company or the services you do on behalf of the company. Network marketing, they have, on top of, we're talking about goods and services, they have physical products. Every network marketing must have physical product such that you can still make an income from sales of physical products. The other thing, they have a physical You have a physical office, a physical headquarters, whereby business is handled from there. So that in case of anything, you can visit the head office, you can be assisted, or you can, maybe if you have a complaint, you can do it from there. So all of them, they need to be having physical office. Now, what makes network marketing different from all the other things which we have discussed here? Now, in network marketing, in as much as this is what you actually see or what you actually imagine, network marketing is different in this way. In network marketing, this is maybe the top earners. This is the top earners. And these are the low earners in the system. But this does not necessarily mean that these were the earliest starters, earliest investors. This does not mean these were the earliest investors. So what does that mean? It means that for the income earners, for the high income earners in the industry, they do not necessarily have to be the earliest investors. Everyone has an equal chance to go all the way to the top. Everyone has a chance to become a top earner in the industry. And sometimes the industry of network marketing is usually drawn like this. This is a pyramid. It's called an inverted pyramid, whereby we have this is the newest members. Those are our newest members. And for our newest members, these are our newest members. For our newest members, and of course, being the newest member, you are just starting. You are still not a top earner. You have just started. And here at the top, we have all our top earners. And everyone has an equal chance to go all the way to the top. And all the potential you have in the business can help all of us to go all the way to the top in terms of income. As in, the top is not just for specific people. The top is for everyone. And that's why the industry of network marketing is one which produces the highest number of self-made multi-millionaires. That's why network marketing produces the highest number of self-made multi-millionaires, more than any other industries combined. If you look at the self-made multi-millionaires in the sports industry, in the music industry, in the gaming industry, in the food industry, in the entertainment industry, in the what industry? The manufacturing industries. Compare it with the self-made multi-millionaires, and you'll find, go do your own research, that network marketing produces the highest number of self-made multi-millionaires every single year. In fact, it is the highest grossing industry in the entire universe. From Mercury all the way to Pluto, even though Pluto is removed, from Mercury all the way to Pluto, network marketing is the highest grossing industry. It produces a revenue of about 200 billion per annum, more than any other industry. And this 200 billion, about 100 billion is paid back to the distributors, to the members, which means majority of the profit in the industry, it goes back to the members, that is the distributors. That's why I told you guys, you are getting paid on commission based on goods or services that you sell or services that you do on behalf of the company. What goods are you selling? Guys, we have physical products. We have physical products, that is from the C24/7 all the way to the C Supreme, which was recently launched. What kind of service are you doing? You are connecting the company to a new customer. That is why unalipwa 6,000 or you're getting paid 6,000 connecting bonus and 4,800 pairing bonus, because you have given the company a new client, a new user of their system and their products and their services. And that is why you still get paid on unilevel, stair-step, and UPP commission, even though you got paid the direct and the pairing bonus, because you gave them a new customer who is buying products regularly. They are connecting people. That's why you still get paid the 4,800 up to infinity, because it was a service which you did on behalf of the company, and the company is also sharing with you its profit. Maybe on personal matters, someone might tell you, I'm busy, or I don't have much time. The reason why they're telling you that is because of priorities. Maybe their priorities are not there. You can just go ahead and ask them, interesting, maybe you don't have time, but how is your schedule? What do you do exactly? Probably this might also really not be for you because of your schedule. But I always believe with this, you can explain to them, they can do it, maybe they can start it on a part-time basis where they can do it alongside whatever they are doing. We usually answer this by sharing with them that there are other people who started it on a part-time basis. On my example, I share with them that I started this while I was a student. I was a third-year student when I started this, and I started this when I didn't know so much about it. But for 3 years consistently, I did it on a part-time basis, and I was able to accomplish that. Or you can confirm to them. If you're employed right now, maybe someone like, let's say Oscar is employed. You can go ahead and tell them, I understand, I'm actually employed right now, but I do this as a side hustle. It helps me to maybe make some extra income. Judith, you're employed. Tell them that. You can start this on a part-time basis. Actually, I am doing this on a part-time basis. So even if you don't have much time, you can always be rest assured that it is flexible. In the evening, I'm very much sure, John, when you leave your work, you go back home, you are tired. You don't get to work on your goals. You have worked for someone the entire day. Then when you get back to your house, you have not worked on your goals. You can use that time, John, to start building a side hustle, a business, which can consistently pay you a 5-figure income to a 6-figure income to a 7-figure income in this economy. It's only, John, that maybe your priority is not here. Maybe you have not seen how this can help you. But if you've seen how this can help you and you don't have much time, then I will advise you to start it on a part-time basis. And then slowly you can progress and move it to a full-time basis. Now, the last thing, looks good, but this isn't for me. Interesting. Maybe this isn't for you really. Maybe this isn't for you, or you really don't have the time. But how do you mean exactly? Maybe this isn't for you, John, like you're telling me, but what exactly is for you? You're telling me this is not maybe something you can do, John. Then tell me, what can you do? Or what are you good at? Or what have you majored in? Or what do you mean when you tell this is not for me? Maybe you are good at something else. Maybe confirm for me. Listen to their objection. They can tell you, I love it. I've gone through the presentation. I've loved it. It's actually a very good idea, but I don't think this is for me. Don't cry. Don't feel bad when they tell you that. Maybe, just maybe, they are telling you in advance that indeed, considering everything they have going on, they cannot include this business in their to-do list or their or their daily activities. They might be genuine. I love it, but this is not for me. Maybe you can also use that chance for you to get a recommendation. You can tell them, John, okay, I understand that, but what do you mean exactly is not for you? Then listen to the explanation. If it's a valid explanation, we'll just go ahead and tell them, John, that's okay. However, I know you know of 2 or 3 people who can benefit from this. John, would you be kind enough to forward them to me so that I can do this with them, or I can help them, or I can get to build them, or to grow them, or to support them with this kind of project or with this kind of business? That's a chance for you to get a recommendation. And I believe one of you used this, got a digiverse. I believe for some of you, you've been using this. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the whole industry of network marketing. Now, I just want to make something clear. Whatever I've taught you guys here today is enough to help you handle an objection. But sometimes you might find maybe a strong, maybe not interested or not for me. What do you do in that case? You leave it at that point. When someone tells you, that is not for me, I'm not interested, and you can see clearly that they are not ready to even listen to anything, then don't struggle so much. Leave it at that point. What can you do? Share your excitement, share your passion through social media and everything else. But if someone tells you no, not interested, don't feel bad. They're just telling you, not now. They're just telling you, hey, Nani, maybe not now. Even if they don't tell you directly, not now, but if they are telling you that I, as person so and so, I am not interested, they just haven't learned something about the business or the system. So the moment they learn or they see, ultimately, they are going to get started. Everyone gets started in the industry as long as they see it can help them or it can support them. But even if they tell you no, don't feel bad. Go to the next person. Do what Jesus said. If someone welcomes you, go ahead, share with them a meal and bless them. You are here to provide solution to someone. You cannot force it down their throat. So even if your best friend, they tell you, even if your dad, your mom, they tell you, hey, John, no, they're just telling you, I am not looking to do this now. Go to the next person. Help the next person. There's always someone waiting somewhere. Imagine, there's always someone waiting somewhere for you to share with them. Imagine. So the moment they tell you no, don't waste your time. Do what? Do what the clock does. Keep moving. There are 10 other people. Before you get a yes, you'll have to pass through 10 people so that one person can tell you yes. Before they tell you, I have to go for this, or I want to do this. Before they tell you, I want to do this. Before they tell you, I want to do this, you are ultimately going to get a lot of no's. One person will tell you no, the next person will tell you no, the third person, the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. Then number 10, someone will tell you, yes, I love this. I want to do this. Now, your work is not to focus on the first 9 people. Your work is to keep your head up and focus on that 10th person who you're going to get, who is waiting for you down there. And keep your head up, keep your excitement up, keep your hopes up, and ultimately you find someone as open-minded, someone who is a big dreamer, someone who is uh, ready to create an impact, someone who is ready to do something different. And your work is to help that 10th person. So someone might tell you, hey, that's a very good question. Someone might tell you, hey, John, now that you're doing so well, can't you just help me with 2,000 or 3,000 or 10,000 or 5,000? I'll forward you guys the response. how I do it. But my answer has always been, John, in as much as I want to help you out, I can't do that. Because number one, every day you'll be coming back to ask me, help me with 1,000, help me with 2,000. Why don't you sit down, get started with us? Why don't you come on board and be part of us? Why don't you go for this? And number two, it goes against my principles. That's what I tell them. I would like to give you 1,000. Yes, I can see you are hungry and you need me to help you. But John, it goes against all my principles. I don't do favors outside the business. I don't do favors to anyone apart from my team because it goes against all of my principles. Another thing, you can just go ahead and tell them, John, you want me to give you 1,000 bob? Okay. Why not get started so that you can make the money? What's your problem? So I hope that helps. Whoever had asked that question, I hope that helps. But ladies and gentlemen, that friend who is asking you to give them the money, give them reasons why they need the business and not the money. Teach a man how to fish. Don't give them a fish. Tell them, John, if I give you 1,000 bob, I'll be giving you a fish every day. Come, let me teach you how to fish. Come, let me help you to become financially free so that you don't keep on borrowing 1,000 bob until when? John, are you not even embarrassed? You know, some might even just be testing you. If you're telling us that business is good, why don't you give us 1,000 so that we can prove? Tell them I have nothing to prove to you guys. This is a life-changing business. And even if you don't do this with me, of course, it's not a must I do this with you. I'll do it and I'm going to go all the way and I'm going to make sure I get the success. Question is, would you want to do it with me or do you want to keep on watching me do it and then regret later on? If they tell you, yeah, you go do it, we will watch, tell them, no problem. Let me go ahead and do it. Then go ahead, do it 10 times, take photos and send to them, post on their status, let them see that you did it. And if they tell you, okay, I want to do it, but this is a challenge that I'm facing, go ahead, listen to the challenge, then help them out. And if they just tell you, no, I'm not interested, I would have loved to do it, but I'm not interested, then save your energy, go to the next person. Hope that helps. And I hope from today onward, we'll no longer have that problem of help me with this, help me with that, help me with this, pay for me that, pay for me this. I hope that helps. Do you have any other question or are you guys now okay? Do you have any other question? You can unmute your microphone or you can type it in the chat box and I can answer it for you. All right. So I take this as you guys are okay and you don't have a question. So allow me to